Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the second in a series of Chanukah candle lighting ceremonies with Israelis who have been personally and tragically affected by the Hamas terrorist assault against Israel on October 7th. We lit candles last together on Thursday with First Lieutenant Ziv Hasband, who was seriously wounded in the fighting in Gaza and who has had a fantastic recovery. The state of Israel remains united, soldiers and civilians alike, determined to defeat the Nazi-like Hamas and its evil ideology. Chanukah offers us 2,200 years of perspective on Jewish courage and determination to preserve our unique culture, religion, morality, and language in our national homeland. Our brave soldiers are doing just that now by defeating Hamas and trying to free some of the 137 hostages who still remain in their hands. Today we will light the Chanukah with Ofer and Sarah Lior and their family. They are parents of Matan Lior, who was tragically murdered by Hamas terrorists at the Nova Festival, where he was responsible for the sound system. He was one of 864 civilians murdered that day by the terrorists in the unprecedented attack that has now brought so much suffering also on the residents of Gaza. We are lighting the candles at the foot of Matan's fresh grave at the small ceremony in the cemetery at his hometown in Sdei Chemed, a farming community in central Israel. An engraving on his tombstone reads, "The music of your life was untimely silenced. Generosity, love, joy, wisdom, and friendship were your way. You are the gift that will remain in our hearts forever." With that, I would like to ask the family to join us in lighting the Chanukah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של חנוכה. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר עשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. אמן.
שאנו מדליקים
הנרות הללו שאנו מדליקים על הניסים ועל הנפלאות ועל התשועות ועל הנחמות שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה.
We will now take a few moments to see a short film on Matan.
נתנו קודם כל בן שלנו, ילד שאהב חופש, ילד של נתינה, ילד של אהבה, וילד שנרצח בדיוק מהדברים ההפוכים.
היה לו עסק, הוא הקים עסק, שתי ידיים, עסק של הגברה, וזו עבודה קשה, הוא אהב את זה.
תמיד דאג לאחרים לפני שהוא דאג לעצמו, וראינו את זה גם במסיבה, שהוא קודם כל דאג להעלות את החברה שלו ולהציל אותה, ולא עזב את הבמה וכרז על הבמה לכולם להתפנות. הציל הרבה 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 מהחברים שלו. ביום הראשון הגיעו החברים של מתן, והייתה החלטה שאנחנו יורדים למטה לחפש אותו. השטח עוד היה מלא במחבלים, זחלנו בפרדסים שם, חיפשנו את מתן, היינו זוועות, היינו גופות, עפנו ריח של מלחמה. ביום חמישי קיבלנו טלפון של מישהו שהיה עם מתן, וסיפר לנו כלומר הוא סיפר לנו שמתן לא בין החיים. המגמה הייתה לרצוח ולהיכלל בכמה שיותר, גם בתקופות אחרי זה. השנאה, חלק מהם, אנחנו חייבים להיאבק בהם, חייבים לנצח אותם.
אם לא אותם ילדי אור, אז הם היו מגיעים לכל הארץ, והיו רוצחים עוד הרבה משפחות, ומגיעים להרבה ילדים, ואני לא יכולה לדמיין מה הם היו עושים.
זה סיפורי שואה. הרוע בהתגלמותו היה שם. חייבים לתת לאור להיכנס בין הסדקים האלה של הרשע. מתן קודם כל בן שלנו, ילד שאהב חופש, ילד של נתינה, ילד
Ofer and Sarah, thank you for joining us this evening for the lighting. I know you've been lighting here every day during Chanukah at Matan's grave, and it's a privilege to be here with you together with our B'nai B'rith members around the world. You are members of B'nai B'rith, and I think it's an opportunity also to mention that today, unfortunately, the son of another member of B'nai B'rith, Huva Perry, and her husband Nati, they lost their son, Sergeant First Class Itai Perry, in fighting in Gaza. So this is a conflict that's affecting all of us, all Israelis, and also the B'nai B'rith family in a very real and direct way. Yehi Zechor Baruch. I'd like to ask you if you could share with us a few words about Matan. What kind of a person was he, and what was he doing up until the 7th of October?
Matan loved life. Matan loved music. Matan loved people. Matan was a giver. Matan was like a shamash on Chanukah. He lit the darkness around him. He helped children who had cancer. He volunteered to many projects to people for people who needed help, handicapped people, autistic children. He was a giver. He loved music, and that's what he did with his life. He studied. He researched the brain research, it's called. He finished the university with excellence. He was very bright. He also was a defender. He stood on the stage while the terrorists were attacking. He saved more than 100 people, and this is his friends came, and people that he saved came to us on the Shiva, when we sat Shiva, and they told us how he saved their lives, how he didn't run away, how it was important for him to stand on the stage and to announce on the loudspeaker and on the public speaker for everyone to escape, to run away, to save themselves. He cared about others. He didn't take himself as the first person he needs to save, but others were important for him. His professors came to us while we were sitting Shiva and told us how he was the brightest student in his class, how he always challenged them, how he always asked them questions that they often had to say that they have to come back because they don't have the answers. He was murdered by evil, by the evil forces. The whole festival that he was a part of was all about peace, love, giving, and loving life and loving people.
I want to say that he is a very happy child and very happy human being. He always say thanks for everything that he have. He enjoy the life. He do everything. He study. He make the music. He have a lot of friends, good friends, and he help to everybody. He help to in his life. If some friends or someone need help, he just the first person run to do it. This is Matan, and he's very good human being. Even is make to be happy. The people, they will be happy every time he wants that they to sing and to laugh, and lots of friends together. They come to our house, and he's very clever person, intelligent, and he do all the times he make a lots of good things in his life. And
now, I understand that he was also a combat soldier.
He was a combat soldier, but not only a combat soldier. When he was missing, and we didn't know exactly what his situation is, if he's dead or alive, his friends came to me. They were all combat soldiers, and said to me, "We're going down, and we're going to look for Matan." We were searching for him for 5 days. We saw the bodies over there lying on the ground. We saw the terrorists; they were still there. We saw all the burnt cars. We saw war. There was a war there. There was the forces of evil were burnt everything they could, demolished everything they could. They did everything that any human being that has any passion or love for others would never do. And Matan was exactly the opposite. He was all for giving, all for saving lives, and that's what he did. He wanted peace. He wanted music. He wanted life, and they just took his life. They murdered him. And for no reason. The only reason they murdered him was because he was Israeli. He was Jewish, and that was their objective, and that's what they did, and that's why we must fight. Like if we're talking about Chanukah, like the Maccabees fought evil, and fought for independence, and fought for independent Jewish life. That's what we have to do now, and we cannot let go until Hamas is completely defeated.
This is a terrible loss for you and the family. How is your life going to look after this terrible loss?
We have a big hole in the heart. This is what I feel. It's not same like before. We are very happy family, and for Matan we will continue to be happy. We decide to keep the life, and we know that Matan, he doesn't want that we will be a sad people. We want to continue his way, to be happy. It's very difficult to say to me now, but to continue the life and to help to another people, and to continue his way. To continue his way, and we believe that we need to be very strong, not just for us, for family, for our country, and this is what we are going to do, to continue to make people to be stronger. Then, you know, it's very difficult for the families also, all this family, and we try to help in our way.
I understand you've created, or your daughter has created, some kind of a group, support group for the for people who.
Hila, my daughter, our daughter, has almost 250 people who were affected by these murderers, and she created a support group. Today we came back from the Prime Minister's office, where we were helped very much by the Prime Minister's office to advance and to help all kinds of people who fell between the chairs and did not get all the support they needed. Hila is leading this group with a lot of passion and a lot of love for Matan also. And she's doing a very important job and work.
Well, Ofer and Saros, I want to thank you very much for sharing these moments with us. I will cherish them personally. I'm sure those who are watching will cherish these moments and the memory of Matan. B'binyan Yerushalayim Tinucham.
Amen.
And that means may you take solace in the rebuilding of Jerusalem. I want to invite everyone to join us tomorrow when I will light candles with Gal Gilboa Dalal, whose brother Guy remains hostage in Gaza. Gal himself survived the murderous Hamas attack on the Nova Festival. Thank you all for joining us. Chanukah Sameach.
Chanukah.